the essence of the eternal divine spirit, the one that causes all that exists to exist, the one that is self-existent.
How many men have children and the children never meet their father? See, you created a void in that child because you are a part of that child.
Black power! Black power!
Black power!
Black power!
Black power!
Are you feeling fatigued and can barely make it through the day without some type of caffeine?
Are you on a journey of healing your body but need a little help?
Then alkaline water is what you really need.
Alkaline water has many benefits. Alkaline water can help restore pH balance in the body. Consuming beverages such as soda and coffee can make your body acidic.
Did you know that too much acid in your body has been linked to an anemia, heart disease, obesity, diabetes, autoimmune disease, chronic pain, and other chronic conditions like gout and arthritis?
Those who use alkaline water have reported increased energy levels, clearer skin, reduction in inflammation, better digestion, and many other health benefits. I've used alkaline water for years, and it's been instrumental in sustaining my health when I was diagnosed with sarcoidosis.
Are you ready to take responsibility for your body's health?
If the answer is yes, then our alkaline water is just what you need. Bring your own bottles. It's only $3 for each gallon. To place an order or for more information, you can reach us at 773-846-3091. Thank you in advance for your support.
Hi, my name is Sister Ebony Stevenson. I am your announcer for today. Welcome to the Toma Nation's weekly Sunday worship service from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. every Sunday at 616 East 71st Street here in Chicago, Illinois, and also live on Facebook. If you would like more information, you can reach us at www.facebook.com/TomaNation2 or give us a call at 773-952-8302. Now I am going to recite our opening. In the name of the eternal divine spirit, the one that causes all that exists to exist, the one that is self-existent, the one who directs the sunships of millions and trillions of years, and the one who made time the seed of the universe, known among the ancient Kemites or Egyptians as Amun-Ra and Aton, among the Hebrews as Ansar, Yahweh, and Elohim, among the Christians as Lord, God, and Jehovah, among the Muslims and Islamic world as Allah, the one God, among the Rastafarians as Jah, Rastafari, among the Yoruba tribes of West Africa as Odumare, Eshu, and many other Orisha names. I bear witness that all these names refer to the same one, Almighty Spirit, and it is to that essence which I give reverence and to whom I submit. I boldly proclaim that we, the descendants of those black men and women who survived the transatlantic slave trade, are the Lost 13 tribe, born in North America, and are of a Nubian Kemetic lineage. I further proclaim that the blood of all the nations of the earth flows through our veins. I greet you in the ancient but holy words of peace, Hotep, Shalom, Assalamu alaikum, Habaragani, Alafia, and Ashe. Now I am going to recite the 13 points of what we believe and know. Number 1. We believe and know that we are not to repeat the mistakes of the past prophets and messengers of the Almighty Creator of the heavens and earth. Number 2. We believe and know that we can only establish an economic base through the application of the knowledge of self and the incorporation of the ideologies of the Honorable Marcus Garvey, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Mahatma Gandhi, and Ben Ami. Number 3. We believe and know that the prophets and messengers of the Holy Bible, the Holy Quran, and the Kemetic Holy Books were all black. Number 4, we believe and know that Jesus Christ of 2,000 years was and is a black man. Number 5, we believe and know that the knowledge of the Almighty Creator goes beyond books written by the prophets and messengers of the Almighty Creator. Number 6, we believe and know that in order to promote and coordinate unity, we must first recognize and accept the uniqueness of being able to worship our Creator, regardless of religious denomination, name, title, ritual, particular dress, or holy book, as long as it recognizes the Almighty Creator of the heavens, earth, and the universe as supreme. Number 7, we believe and know that it is impossible to tell the truth without exposing the wicked governments of the world. Number 8, we believe and know that the United States government, in collaboration with other European nations, have a now objective to exterminate dark-skinned people of color off the earth through the act of genocide. Number 9, we believe and know that some of the most effective methods that are being used today are AIDS, birth control, alcohol and drug abuse, vaccinations, gang and domestic violence, systematic elimination of trauma centers, the public school system, and public aid within the black communities of America and the world. Number 10, we believe and know that the last trick that Satan is playing on us is the dividing of us by our religious differences, religious gangbanging. Number 11, we believe and know that the conflict between the various religions are comparable to the conflict between various street gangs within the inner cities of America. Number 12, we believe and know that the war on drugs and gangs is a diabolical plot to disarm the black community of weapons, break up the black family, withdraw our constitutional rights, also kill and incarcerate young black males under the undercover code name April 2029. And number 13, we believe and know that every letter, shape, sound, and numerical value contains esoteric information that completely transcends the specific contextual meaning of the word. Our purpose: to bring about the growth of a righteous community in accordance with the laws of the Creator of the universe, under the leadership and guidance of Brother Minister Rahim Chesed Aton, to provide solutions to the social and that plague the communities of urban America. Our goal: to re-educate and retrain youth and young adults to develop positive moral values as an alternative to delinquent behaviors. Because you can't rebuild a community and not rebuild the minds of the residents of the community to meet the responsibilities of maintaining the community's image. Our mission: to enhance the economic development of our communities by establishing businesses, real and personal properties, thereby creating jobs and/or entrepreneurship training programs that will reverse the concept of leaving the community to buying back the community. Our motto: let your light so shine before men that they shall see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Matthew 5:16. Now we're going to recite our salute to the red, black, and green flag. Everyone put your right fist in the air and repeat after me. Here's to this flag of mine, the red, black, and green. Hopes in its future bright, Africa has seen. Here's to the red of it, great nations shall know of it. In time to come, red blood shall flow of it. Historians shall write of it, this flag of mine. Here's to the black of it, 400 million's back of it, whose destiny depends on it. The red, black, and green of it, old flag of mine. Here's to the green of it, young men and women shall dream of it, face shots and shells for it, maidens shall sing of it, waving so high. Here's to the whole of it, colors bright and pole of it, Pleased is my soul with it, regardless of what is told of it. Thanks to God for giving it, this great flag of mine. Please keep your right fist raised high in the air as we sing our Black National Anthem. Black power, black power, black power. Black power is the power to define, develop, and defend that which is in the best interest of Black people.
I ain't blow my nose. In the essence of the eternal divine spirit, the one that causes all that exists to exist, the one that is self-existent, the one who directs the sonships of millions and trillions of years, the one who made time the seed of the universe. Known among the Kemites, the ancient Kemites or Egyptians as Amun-Ra and Aton, among the Hebrews as Ansar, Yahweh, and Elohim, among the Christians as Lord, God, and Jehovah, among the Muslims as Allah, the one God, among the Rastafarians as Jah, Rastafari, among the Yoruba tribe as Olodumare, Obatala, Oshun, Shango, and many other Orisha gods. But I bear witness that all of those names refer to the same one, almighty, eternal, divine creator. And it is to that entity whom I give reverence and to whom I submit. I boldly proclaim that we, those children of those Black men and women who survived the transatlantic slave trade, are that lost 13 tribe, born here in North America. And I further proclaim that the blood of all the nations of the world flow through our veins. I greet you all in the ancient but yet holy words of peace in the languages of our fathers, of Hotep, Shalom, Assalamu alaikum, Habarigani, Alafia, and Ashe. All greeting words and salutations of peace in the many different languages of our fathers. I greet you in peace. Welcome, welcome to the Toma Nation, aka Temple of Mercy Association, where I am residing right now, or presiding from, at 616 East on 71st Street. I am Brother Minister Rahim Chesed Aton, founder of this great movement, along with the co-founder, Minister Omari Jahi Aton, and our First Lady, Sister Makita Aisha Aton. Welcome again to the Toma Nation's worship service, spelled W-A-R-S-H-I-P. And today, first of the month, is when I share with you what our prescribed reading is for this entire month. This month, we're dealing with health. Health Awareness Month is what we call it. And we deal with health physically, mentally, spiritually, psychologically, just overall health. And not just talking about, again, the problem or whatever the dis-ease is, but coming up with viable solutions to the dis-ease. And the title of this particular lecture may not seem like it goes with health, but the title is called What a World. And I used to say that a lot back in the 90s when things was like tight or rough, or a lot of world events taking place that just made me say, what a world. And then I would end it with saying, coming to a conclusion, say, and I live in it. And then when my son was born, little Daryl, as he grew up, hearing me say that so much, he wouldn't wait till I say, and I live in it. I would say, what a world, and he would say, and I live in it. And, you know, that became like a slogan or something, or a cliche. And one of our brothers in our production at that time, his name Lord Cassius D today, he took that title and put out a cassette album, and he entitled it What a World, and even wrote a song, What a World. And in that song, he was talking about the different conditions of the world at that time and how things were, that he made a vivid picture of why we would say what a world. And even today, now this was in the 90s when I was saying what a world. But when I look at the world today and I see the conditions that we're under, and I've seen many calamities in the past where today they breaking records all over the place. Different world, national, I don't know what to call it, national disasters, such as tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes, forest fires, breaking all kind of records. There was a tornado in Nebraska, a tornado in Mexico, not Mexico, but Tennessee, tornadoes throughout the South West all last week. 5 or so in Texas last night that caused severe flooding. You know, I even got a picture of a tornado, different tornadoes in different times down there. And a lot of the people that died and a lot of the people who survived, they were frightened. They were not really frightened. They were in terror. Imagine that, being terrorized by a natural disaster. And you're hearing it, and most times, ever since I've been hearing about tornadoes, you'll hear whoever survived say it sounds like a train wreck. Somebody else said it sounds like an engine. You know, you get all kind of different descriptions of this tornado. There was one that I saw on TikTok that it was like on an expressway, and the funnel cloud was on this side of the expressway, and it was another one on the other side. It was twin tornadoes. Then I seen another one where it was 4 tornadoes happening, like right next to each other. These are disasters that they have not seen anything like it in the past. The tornado chasers were saying there's no history recorded of an E5 tornado, and all 3 of them being E5s. Most has been E4 and 3, but these are 5s. But in my opinion, nothing is worse than what the black man and woman in the United States is experiencing in gun violence. Now you would say, how can you say that? Well, I want you all to go places and take a test of the audience, if you can talk to that audience, all right? Just like even in here. How many in here has experienced one of those natural disasters? A tornado? Raise your hand if you have. I ain't talking about saw it on TV. If you've been in a tornado, raise your hand. That's the people in the audience. If you've been in a hurricane, raise your hand. If you've been in an earthquake, raise your hand. Okay, one person. Oh, I've been in an earthquake, but not of that magnitude that the ones been hitting lately. These were like 2 and 3. You know, the one that hit Taiwan was a 6. One hit China was a 7. You know, these tear down bridges and put big holes in sidewalks and streets and whatnot. Houses collapse inside the hole when it opened up. And you in there alive. See, but how about a forest fire? Any of y'all been in forest fires like the ones that you see in LA and whatnot? Maybe if you were in LA, 2 or 3 people raised their hand. You know, but go anywhere in the United States and say, how many of you ever been shot? Some hands will go up. How many of you have relatives or friends that you know of that been shot? Raise your hand. How about in here? And that's everybody. You see how many hands went up? Everybody. And that's how many hands would go up in any audience of black people in the United States when it comes to gun violence, showing you that gun violence is number 1 and it's even worse among us than natural disasters. Isn't that deep? Every hand will go up. I got relatives been shot. I got in-laws been shot. I've seen gunshot victims, dead and alive. And as we speak, somebody in the United States is being a victim of gun violence. That's how bad it is. But everybody treat it like it's just a grant-appointed public safety problem. That's what we treat it like. Everybody want to treat it like, well, you know, they're shooting and this and that, but we still got to operate and keep going. And I had people argue with me that whatever issue that they are addressing is greater than that. We need to deal with the immigrants now. They just got here yesterday. We need to deal with those Mexicans. Mm-hmm. How about the gun violence? Because the Mexicans experienced, the Hispanics experienced something like that about a week or 2 ago, where they were having a birthday party. Y'all remember that? I think it was in some neighborhood called Backyards or something. And they were having a party, and 3 people jumped out of the car or came from around the corner and started shooting. And the girl whose birthday it was, the little baby girl whose birthday it was, got shot in the head. And you know what Toma think about it. Anytime somebody gets shot in the head, dealing with the inexperienced brothers out here shooting everybody, never shooting the target. We know we always suspect some other influence when a person gets shot dead in the center of their forehead by some wild shooting individuals. I'm not saying who we suspect right now, but we suspect some people. And the reason I mentioned that type of of violence, because the effects of those traumatic experiences has a lot to do with our mental health and the condition that we find ourselves in, not necessarily being a victim ourselves, but what about the parents of those who got shot? They're experiencing the trauma also. Yeah, okay, their son probably was doing something wrong or done did something wrong before, but whose son ain't done something wrong? Whose daughter ain't done something wrong? Anybody with the perfect son or daughter, please raise their hand. Shoot, not even the parent perfect. So, yes, they're going to feel something. Yes, they're going to be in pain. Yes, it's going to be traumatic. Anytime one of us is taken out. Then as Black people, we always say, that person could have had the cure for cancer. That person could have had the cure for AIDS. We don't know what this person might have grew up and been. Maybe this one would have grew up and been the person who built the ship so we can go visit other planets. Who knows? But all that went to the grave because of that one missile, that one bullet, that one rocket launcher. See, in our community, we think it's bad in Gaza. Let Gaza come over here. They're getting the big size bombs. We're getting the baby bombs. We're getting shot with bombs all day long. Can't do nothing. I mean, you can't even ride through the city. Last night, I'm on my way home, and the ambulance drive past us. We get to Racine and 63rd. Somebody shot in the gas station. Just last night. This is the world we live in, America. And not just in Chicago. Memphis is going at it, killing each other. Somebody has been smart enough to be our outside enemy while they watch us kill ourselves on the inside. And it's already known that if you got a war going on the outside and on the inside at the same time, you will not survive. And that's where we are as a people right now. To where we got it, to where it's like, oh, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. And then you got the college students at universities, high class universities, coming out against what's going on in Israel with the Palestinians. And I mean, they're arresting them like they did in the 60s with the Vietnam War when the students were going, protesting against the Vietnam War. When the students protested against apartheid in South Africa. See, ain't none of this new. Ain't none of it new. Hey, the only thing that's new is that the police get a chance to use the tactics that they used in Israel from that system to use on those people to see if it worked. Oh, wow. Isn't that deep? I know y'all didn't know that Israeli military and Israeli police teach the police here in America. Y'all didn't know that. So y'all just thought Rahm Emanuel just came here to be mayor. No comment. Anyway, boy, I just be putting it on y'all head, making you think. Making you think. So now I got to put the glasses on because I want to always prove what I say by the Bible. And by the way, me personally, and I pray that I speak for the body of Toma, we are in solidarity with the college students in those universities throughout the United States concerning what's happening over in Israel and on the Gaza Strip. We're in solidarity with that. We are standing up, and we are not backing down in our words that we are for the same things that those students are for. We even know that there are some Jewish students in these universities that are against it and have tents set up on the lawn with posters saying that they are against it. Look, brothers and sisters, I'm going to shut up after this because they might take me down, but they even got victims, former victims who were, under the regime of Hitler coming out against what's going on down there, over there in Israel. So I just wanted to say that right quick and move on. So now you see why I say, what a world. God and his natural disasters. And you can't tell the natural disasters from man-made disasters that look like it's a natural disaster. But we have to know as children of God that whether it's man-made disaster or whether it's natural disaster, God is behind both of them. He can use them both to his advantage, just like the white man can use things like one of our diseases and use it as a weapon against us. You can't beat God doing it. Whatever this come up in our mind, God is best at it. What you say? Anybody want to beg the different? So in what a world, in Genesis, genes, see, genetics, the beginning. See, this is where right now, people like, what's the guy's name? Gates, Bill Gates is in Genesis. He went back to Genesis, y'all. He went back to the garden. See, y'all got to be thinkers. Y'all got to be, open your third eye when I'm saying this. Genesis is genetic experiments taking place in a garden. Genetic experiments. This man done bought over 200 and something thousand acres of farmland doing genetic experiments dealing with what is it called? That kind of come on, y'all, help me out. GMO, genetically modified organisms. He's in the garden. He knew where to go. So black man and woman, in this fight, we got to go back to the garden. They call Jesus the second Adam. And just like Adam, conflict was in the garden. And then Jesus, in the end, he was in the garden. Conflict. We got to go where the white man going. We got to go in the garden. We got to go meet him there. In the garden. We can't meet him there at a dinner table with meat and all that on it. You won't meet him there. He ain't there. He's in your vegetables. He's in your fruits. He's in your seed. His goal is to erase the seed so there can be no reproduction. Understand what I'm saying? Not just those regular vegetables. I'm talking about your seed too, man. Your egg, woman. He wants to erase it. He wants to eliminate it, thereby eliminating you. Meanwhile, making genetically modified foods for another people, brothers and sisters, that he created. It ain't your food. Why would they have 200 and something thousand acres of farmland throughout the United States, and you think he do things for nothing? For nothing? Do you think the devil do things for nothing? Do you think the devil just exists to be the devil? You know how some people exist just because they got a title and don't do nothing, just wear the title? But the devil ain't existing just to be the devil. Believe me, he leaves a mark. Let me read this. Genesis 6, 5-8. Starting at verse 5. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. I think I'm reading Genesis, about 4,000-year-old Bible. I mean, not Bible, but 4,000-year-old scripture. 4,000 years ago, huh? Sound like yesterday. It says every imagination, not some, that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart, and every one of them was evil, not part-time, continually. Says it repented the Lord that he made man on earth. We talk about the beings that we know that made man. They got together and had a meeting. Say, look what we made. Really doing some stuff here, and it's really outside of our realm of what we expected from man. He doing some terrible stuff. I'm reading from 5 to 8. It said, and the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I created from the face of the earth. But not just man, but both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repented me that I have made them. Now, see, we know that when he made man and woman, that inside of the genetic structure of the man and woman was those beasts and creeping things and fowls of the air. And they were created from their imagination. And if their imagination was evil continually, then you know why we got snakes. You know why we got spiders. You know why we got vultures and buzzards and all of those foul things that eat other dead animals. It came from their imagination and their hearts. And that's why he had to kill them all. And the poor rabbit had to suffer. And the poor whatever other animal that wasn't like that had to suffer. It says, but Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. Found grace. In other words, the Lord paused for a minute and said, wait a minute. We see somebody that's pretty cool. And at that time, Noah was 500 years old. And so, excuse me, y'all. Thank you, Sister Makita. So it said at 11, the earth also was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. Let me read that part again. The earth was filled with violence. Gaza Strip, Ukraine, in the Congo. Nobody said and told us that the Congo was bombed last night. Bombing all down in the Congo. You've been hearing me mention the Congo for the last 5 months, but we ain't supposed to know this. They killing people. They killing Christians and Muslims. Because when the white man involved in something, he don't care what your religion is. You a nigger. Not an N-word. That's too small. See, y'all don't play that with me. So now, 7 to 17. And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. God said to Noah, the end of all flesh has come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. So we not know where it's coming from. It ain't come from out the air. No violence come out the air. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth. With the earth. Make thee an ark. Wait, it's 13. Trying to make sure I don't go too far. Yeah, stop at 13. Then he said at one point that he wasn't going to destroy the earth anymore with water, but that he would destroy it by fire. So we're moving into that scenario of this fire. All right. And he mentioned a rainbow. That rainbow could represent the chakra. But he did say one thing, that this rainbow serves as a sign. But it was a multiple sign, because when a person say, well, I'm not going to shoot you in the leg no more, that didn't mean he wasn't going to shoot you. He just ain't going to shoot you in the leg. So he said, I'm not going to destroy the world by water. He didn't say he wasn't going to destroy it. So that rainbow serves as two signs. It serves as a sign that he's not going to destroy it. And it serves as a sign for you that when you see the rainbow, the fire on the way. Do we see rainbows?
I see a lot of rainbows. Yeah.
All over the place. At a certain time this year, you're going to see police cars with rainbows on it. At certain times, you're going to see certain street walkways when you cross it, going to have rainbows on it. Rainbows everywhere. Fire is coming right behind it. That's a sign. Trying to show y'all some stuff here. So now, I'm going to go to chapter 9, verse 1 to 4. God blessed Noah and his family and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. We heard that before, didn't we? He said that in the garden. Be fruitful and multiply, replenish the earth. The first experiment, when he said, let us make man, be fruitful, multiply, replenish, which means to replenish something, it had to have been something there before then that was taken away. So in the very beginning of genes is us. In the very beginning, a world was destroyed and another one was put in place that had to be replenished one time. Then with Noah, it was destroyed and it had to be replenished 2 times. 2 times. God working threes, don't he? I'm going to stop there. I told you I'm going to make you think. I'm not going to tell you everything because I don't have that much time. Now, in fact, you come on down, we're going to try to expand this particular lecture for a little while longer. It says, and the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, every fowl of the air, upon all that move upon the earth, and upon all the fish of the sea. Into your hands are they delivered. Every moving thing that lives shall be meat for you. Even as the green herb have I given you all things. Now watch this. Sound controversial and contradictory. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. You say, Dad, didn't you just tell me we can eat? And then in the next sentence you said, don't. There's a reason for that. See, Moses lived for a while, past 100. Noah lived for like 900 years. But you know why? Because the thing that takes you out is your diet. And so in order to shorten our time, like he said he was going to do, he allowed us to eat meat. And that began to shorten our lifespan all the way down to 70. He allowed us to eat meat. Yeah. So now, verse 7, and you be ye fruitful and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth and multiply therein. And God spoke unto Noah and to his sons, behold, I establish my covenant with you and with your seed after you. See, these beings that were sent by the great mind always had an agreement or a contract that had to be signed for how you going to take care of this planet that we put into your charge. Here's our do's and don'ts. And here's our promise. And here's what you got to promise. And if you break the covenant, this is what's going to happen. Always one of those. Then he said, and it's also, this covenant is with every living creature, fowl, cattle, every beast of the earth, and all that go out of this ark. To every beast of the earth, I'll establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off anymore by the waters of a flood. Neither shall there anymore be a flood to destroy the earth. God said, this is the token of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that's with you for perpetual generations. Here we go. I will set my bow in the cloud confusion, a cloud of chaos, a cloud of confusion. And it shall be seen in the cloud. You think it was a coincidence that a bow is crooked and not straight? I know y'all didn't catch that. Omari, what you say your brother be saying?
Forward, never straight.
Forward, never straight.
Forward, never straight.
Wow. His brother, you know, being a part of them, he wasn't going to say crooked, but he said he ain't going to be straight. And this bow was bent. And you know, we talk about people who bend their wrists. So we talking about a bow. See? So it's another sign that he was showing us something. Even another cliche that says, you cannot ride a man's back if it's not bent. Uh-oh. Take it how you want to.
I get it. No giving. Right.
So there's a bow. A rainbow.
Yeah.
And he said, when it come to pass, when I bring a bow over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud, and I will remember my promise, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh, and the water shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. Well, let's go to Peter, one of Jesus' disciples. Let's talk about the bow in the water. Chapter 3, starting at verse 3, says, know this first, that there will come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts. Yeah. People who wants to deny the presence of God and deny the power of God. People who want to walk around with a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof of what that godliness is truly really about. Because it takes more than just reading, but it takes studying. It takes application. If you're going to be in that number, then you need some work that got to be done. And I call it what the teachers call it, homework. That's right. You got some homework now to get to this point. See, and what are they saying? Where's the promise of your coming? Since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the very beginning. You see why people so-called backslide? Because this is how they think after a while. But then when God say, well, hell, your day is 1,000 years to me. And your 1,000 years is a day to me. So what you talking about? Come on up to where I am and you'll see. Time don't exist. And what was is. And what never was or never is. Y'all better write that one down. So he says, I'm moving to another. Y'all got to read the whole thing yourself. I'm going to verse 7. I say, for this they are willingly ignorant of, is that by the word of God, the heavens of old and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, the world then being overflowed with water perished. He went all the way back to the water, right? But by the word of God that took place, but he said by the same word are kept in store and reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. The day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Now he's telling you, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of God, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Now, nevertheless, we, according to the promise, watch as well as pray, so you can be found worthy to escape. We, according to the promise, we look for a new heaven and a new earth where dwells righteousness. He asks a question, beloved, saying that you look for these things, then you be diligent, that you might be found in peace. In peace, not in pieces. Not falling all apart like the world. Because you're seeing the things that's happening. Not your heart failing you because of fear. He mentioned the righteous. All of those tornadoes and whatnot. He mentioned the righteous. I'm going to leave it alone now. But if you don't understand that the word holy on an earthly level has a lot to do with the word holistic. Talking about your diet now. The word holy on an earthly level has a lot to do with the word wholesome. Telling you how to shop. Telling you what to buy. Telling you what to leave at the store. If it ain't holistic, if it ain't wholesome, it ain't holy. If you're the righteous, what it's going to make you after a while? Unholy. I know we don't like these kind of words, but I got to tell it like it is. Because it said God can't be mocked. You can't play with him with the stuff you're doing. How you going to do that? He made you. Just like a mother with her child. Know when you lying, don't she? And you think you got away with it. She let you get away with it. So now, we wondering what's going on with us in our health. Right now, there's a disease. It's not a disease, but it's the same thing that was told us during the time of that plague in 2020. People of all ages right now are being taken to the emergency room with a condition called pulmonary embolism. For those who didn't know what that was, that's blood clots. But they ain't gonna tell you. But didn't we say that after that plague and that certain vaccine that we was gonna be experiencing a lot of blood clots? They said, and in the news article, it said those who were already ill and people who weren't sick at all. They say they flood the emergency rooms with, and they being diagnosed with pulmonary embolism. We said it was coming. Wait till the other one comes that I told y'all about. The bleeding from the eyes and ears. I said it. And if enough of y'all tell me it ain't soon, please say it ain't. Y'all ain't hearing me, I don't think. So now, in this last little time here, I want to talk about this thing over in Israel. We know, truth knows, facts say, even they say, that is not the Israel of this Bible. They know their history started in 1948. They know that they are descendants of Germans and Polish people. They know that. They know that just as much as Abraham knew he was a Canaanite, even though he changed his name to Hebrew and called themselves Hebrews. Now, somebody gonna get that, ain't they? So here come a people, to a people that was already there. Naming the airport after one of their lieutenants, Ben Gurion. But one of their best soldiers' name was Benjamin Netanyahu. He killed thousands of those Palestinians back in the 40s. He was a young man. People had said we need to charge him with war crimes. But now he becomes prime minister. What kind of world is that? That you let a killer of human beings, this same man who years later, brothers and sisters, in the 90s said the finger nail of one Jew is more valuable than any Palestinian. Now you can see what kind of vigor they're going into the Gaza Strip with that type of understanding. I'm not charging all Jews with what I'm saying, no more than I'm charging all white folks with what I say about them. I know some white folks don't know half of what I teach. Just walking around here like airheads. Don't know nothing. I can't charge them, but I can go back in their tree and charge one of them. I bet you that. They benefiting. That's right. Minister Omari say they benefiting. Brother Ken say they still is. They call it white privilege today.
Yes, sir.
I had the nerve to say one day to a brother walking around with a white girl on his arms, I say, so you one of these brothers who is guilty of making white trash feel like royalty. Isn't that deep? She walking around like she somebody in your neighborhood. Because of you. Her people threw her out. That's why she trashed. And you got her on your arm. Why don't you put on your other arm, drag a garbage can with it? I know they don't like me, boy. That means you're going to have trash. You got to put it somewhere, don't you? Where you put trash at? Thank you. I wasn't saying nothing crazy. I know they think I'm racist as hell now, but I'm not. So let me read something to you all, and I'm going to show you the lies in language that our people use in government. See, this whole government is messed up. There's a letter. Oh, there's a letter that Netanyahu, you didn't do my tornado either yet. Oh, when I said tornado. I said it twice. So I thought you didn't hear me, and I looked at the screen. You can do the tornado later now. But I'm going to show you all a video of the first, before I show you this, October 7th, they're trying to make you say, and all the people who they support, they trying to make you say that October 7th is second only to the Holocaust. Yeah. They making entertainers and sports figures and all, whoever they backing with their money and backing with their product, making them come on the air and say yes. The news reporters are asking you that, and you're supposed to say yes. If you say no, they're going to come at you. That's how they pushed you into saying something like that. I think about 1,000 or so, maybe 2,000 were injured, men, women, and children, when Hamas, that they back with their money. Like they talking about Hezbollah. Ain't no Hezbollah. They, because you don't know, name people. Cat Williams, a long time ago, hinted this to you. He said they be talking about insurgents. He said they went over there and seen regular village people running around in flip-flops and house shoes. Regular citizens. But they use the word insurgents so you can think they're your enemy. And you sit back and watch as they kill people. Because they created a name. See. They give you a name. They make you a game. that don't even exist, just so that they can make sure that you know that's what they are before they move on you. Now, I know y'all didn't know that they were backed by Israel's funding, these so-called Hamas. I know they're going to take this off, but that's exactly why I did it close to the end. Because if they're going to hear my lecture, they're going to have to hear all of this first. So Benjamin Netanyahu went on the air, right? Because they were being brought up on charges by the International Criminal Court. And just like they did with the United Nations, when the United Nations tried to tell them what they couldn't do, and they said, watch me do it. That's the arrogance of that people. They said, you watch me do it. Watch what they say about the International Criminal Court. This is Netanyahu talking. He said this. He said, you have to hear this to believe this. He said, like, can you believe this happening to us? He said, the International Criminal Court in The Hague, that's the place in the world, is contemplating issuing arrest warrants against senior Israeli government and military officials as war criminals. This would be an outrage. Look, the war criminal himself saying, this would be an outrage of historic proportions. You hear the words they use? Historic, hinting he going back to the Holocaust. If they come against him, this is an outrage of historic proportions. International bodies like the ICC, that's the International Criminal Court, arose in the wake of the Holocaust that was committed against the Jewish people. I told you he was going there, didn't he? He said they were set up to prevent such horrors. Say this here criminal court thing was set up to prevent such horrors, to prevent future genocides. Now, he ain't telling you in Israel only, and to his people only. Right. Because we know how many genocides have been committed throughout the years since 1948. And no international criminal court got involved. So now he's talking about, but now y'all done messed up. Y'all touched us. Y'all messing with us. He said, yet now the international court is trying to put Israel in the dark, trying to put us in the dark as we defend ourselves against genocidal terrorists and regimes. Iran, of course, that's how he said it. Iran, of course. Now, so he throw Iran in as the terrorist, and he throw Hamas in as the terrorists, not them. See, about 1,000 to 2,000 of them got killed, but guess how many children and women that got killed over there? Y'all don't even know, do you? 42,000. The Gaza Strip is made up of 80% women and children because they had killed most of the men. So who they killing over there? Where's the picture, Omari? Yeah, put the video up. That's right. You can't see it. You got to reduce me.
والممر اهدي لي شو صلي على النبي يا جماعه اهدوا صلوا على النبي وين كان؟
من الأمهات يبحثن عن أبنائهن تحت الأنقاض مفقودين الآن، هم مفقودين. الوسائل بسيطة جدا لإخراج الأطفال. للأسف الأمر هنا عبارة عن فاجعة.
من هنا طلعت الولد الصغير طلعت شنو؟ الولد الصغير في الإسعاف لا في ولد
They stopping ships and trucks and food.
بتدور على ابنها لحتى الآن. دورنا تحت الأنقاض ما لقيناه. دورنا تحت الأنقاض ما لقيناه. هنا في المستشفى هذا في قسم الاستقبال للأسف برضه مش موجود. أحيانا يفقد بعض الضحايا لا يبقى لهم أثر. الصواريخ والقنابل التي تبقى عليهم من كبر حجمها من ضخامة أوزانها تذيب الأجساد أو أحيانا تجعلها تتناثر في كل الأنحاء. لذلك لا يتم الكشف عنهم، فقط سجلوا مفقودون شهداء. للأسف هذا الأمر تم خلال عمليات القصف في الحرب.
I just wanted you to see some of what's happening. At night, they're hearing bombs. They can't sleep. Children are starving. Ain't eating no food, ain't drinking no water because the water is poison. Shiploads of food being turned back, coming from other countries. Even the humanitarian people being killed over there. Brothers and sisters, in the 90s, we taught on this same subject. That's why I don't teach on it right now, because I just say we're in solidarity with the people. The reason why I show you this is because when they show you pictures like that to the world, when they could have been showing you what's happening to people in the Congo and all of that, they're saying to you, if we as white people do this to our own, what do you expect we gonna do to you in America when the time comes? That's why we show it to you. Coming to a theater near you. Because when they show the world that, and we do nothing, get what I'm saying? And when you try to do something, they show you how helpless you really are against them. The closer they get to the moves they're going to make on us. Wholesale. We got some power. Oh, we got power. We got hope. See, let me show you our power. Let's show it, Minister Omar. This is the black man's power. Same power Jesus had. This is our power, y'all. Good God. You're disturbing your days. Now, why did I say what I said about the very elect? See, the days and nights seem to be getting shorter, right? It don't matter why, whether it's churn or CERN or whatever they call it. Whoever doing it, God worked with both. But it's part of prophecy. It was for God to shorten the days so that the very elect won't give in. Won't become one of them. Won't think God taking too long, like what you saw me read. So he's shortening the days. But he also putting in place the thing where he says, watch as well as pray. He didn't say so you can run around and be talking about everybody. No, so you can be found worthy to escape. And so here is some kind of level of politics that's been going on since I ain't even finished reading this, did I? Okay, I'm gonna see if I can do all this in 5 minutes. Here's the rest of this letter and these lies. He say, so yet now the international court is trying to put Israel in the dark. He says, as we defend ourselves against genocidal terrorists and regimes that openly work to destroy the one and only Jewish state. Arrogant again. Branding Israel's leaders and soldiers as war criminals will pour jet fuel on the fires of state. See how they use those words? Jet fuel. On the fires of anti-Semitism. Those fires that are already raging on the campus of America. Listen to what he's saying. And across capitals around the world. Look at him. I'm going to show you where he really is bold. It will also be the first time that a democratic country fighting for its life, according to the rules of war. He got the nerve to say that knowing he ain't going according to the rules of war. Because he's going to tell you he ain't got to follow these rules. All right? He going to tell you. He said, We're a democratic country fighting for our life according to the rules of war, but we ourselves not being accused of war crimes. The Israeli army, check this arrogance out. The Israeli army is one of the most moral militaries in the world. This came out of his mouth. It said it takes endless measures to prevent civilian casualties. This is how a person can use the Jedi mind trick, knowing what's going on in there, but going let that come out of his mouth to the world. Telling you what y'all think ain't happening. Well, I almost said it. That's a person I know. I was about to say a name. I'll let y'all think of people y'all know. They say they take measures that no other armies take to prevent civilian casualties. It does so while fighting a terrorist enemy which uses its own civilians as human shields. That's his justification. Then he got the nerve right after that to say, you know the truth. Then he'll say, Hamas places its weapons and their terrorists in hospitals, schools, mosques. Look how he covered why he did what he did. And throughout civilian areas. Brothers and sisters, I want to let you know in the 90s, when he said how he thought about the Palestinians and how they pushed them all the way out of their land into a place called the Gaza Strip, which is nothing but an open air concentration camp. Their whole job is to pulverize that whole entire people so they can have all of that. That's what the whole plan is. All this smear campaign and covering stuff up, that ain't, please. I got to stop right here. I'm going to go to the end to show you the arrogance here because I got to read this last thing. All right. He says this. Check it out, y'all. Israel expects, y'all hear y'all parents saying this. He didn't say we're asking. He said Israel expects the leaders of the free world to stand firmly against the International Criminal Court. The outrageous assault on Israel's inherent right of self-defense. We expect them to use all the means at their disposal to stop this dangerous move. Look what he just told the world. He didn't say we're asking you. He said we expect you to do something about it. That's how Israel thinks. Here's another one they said about the international court real quick. Israel is not even subject to the court's jurisdiction. It has an independent legal system of its own that rigorously investigates all violations of the law. They just told you they're here with international stuff. Yeah, we got our own. Thank you all for listening. I leave you as I greeted you in peace. Hotep, shalom, ma-salam alaikum, baragani, alafia, ashe, peace, peace.
Joining us for our weekly Sunday worship service. We invite you and your family to join us live every Sunday at 616 East 71st Street at our new time from 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. and on Facebook from 12:30 to 1 p.m. If you have enjoyed what you have heard, please feel free to support us with a monetary gift on Cash App at $TOMANATION. Once again, that's $TOMANATION. This will conclude our live stream. The message you have been listening to will continue live here at the Toma headquarters. We thank you, Black family. See you next Sunday. Black Power.
This is the eternal divine spirit, the one that causes all that exists to exist, the one that is self-existent.
How many men have children and the children never meet their father? See, you created a void in that child because you are a part of that child.
Black power! Black power! Black power! Black power! Black power!